What's up, guys? It's Phil and Grubby, and I kind of went on a big shopping spree, right? Um, I'm switching over from an Android to an iPhone, to Apple. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had an iPhone 4, iPhone 6s, and then I made the jump to Samsung, and I was actually pretty. I like Samsung a lot, honestly. Samsung, I felt was the better phone during that time. And originally I had a Samsung Galaxy S6, and then decided to try out the iPhone 6s, right? And this is when they had the Bendgate, that was going on for the iPhone 6s, and I felt that it was very, for how much I paid for the device, I felt like it didn't offer as much in comparison to the Samsung Galaxy S6. So I felt the Samsung Galaxy S6 was a very pristine, very high quality device, and I felt like I was getting my money's worth. So I started using Samsung Galaxy S6 for quite some time, and I just recently switched over to the iPhone 13. Kind of wanted something different. Also, I was having some issues with my Samsung Galaxy S9. I felt that the S9. So I went from Galaxy S6, S7, and then upgraded to the S9. And for that, the one major issues for the Galaxy S9 for me was the battery life, right? So the battery life was very it left a lot more to be desired. So I had to get a battery case for the Samsung Galaxy S9, and it worked well. And honestly, I really liked the device. But I decided I want to get something different. So I'm transitioning to I'm making the switch to iPhone, right? So originally in the I was thinking between the iPhone 13 Pro or the iPhone 13, and as far as the price difference goes, it's $99 for the iPhone 13 Pro, for the 128 gigabyte model, right? And in comparison to the iPhone 13 is 128 gigabytes for their base model for the iPhone 13, and the price range is around $829. So that's about $170 price difference between the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro. What's the difference between these two is there's different color models for the iPhone 13. You get the pink, blue, black, white, and red. And the iPhone 13 Pro, you get the Sierra Blue, as they call it, the silver, gold, and graphite. So they both have a 6.1 Super Retina XDR display. However, the iPhone 13 does have the Pro Motion. So the Pro Motion, for those of you who are unaware, it can fluctuate the amount of frames per second that the iPhone uses, depending on your usage of the device. So let's say if you're using something that's not very heavy task oriented, the frame rates would drop. But if you're playing something like games, you're playing some videos, the frame rate would increase. And so with that, it can save battery life, right? So that's something to take into consideration. The iPhone 13 Pro also has a telephoto lens. It has 3 cameras on the backside, and but other than that, they also has like the six times optical zoom range. The iPhone 13 Pro does have the Pro Motion with the 120 hertz display, in comparison to the iPhone 13, which just has the 60 hertz display. And for those of you who are unaware, the Pro Motion allows, it kind of fluctuates the frames per second depending on your usage of the phone, right? So if you're using a device or using your iPhone, and let's say you're using something that's not very task oriented, you're saving a lot of battery life by getting the Pro Motion, right? So it's just more efficient. Basically, it's more efficient with its usage. And so, but I felt like it was a lot of things that I didn't really need, right? On a small device like my iPhone, the 120 hertz would be nice to use. It would be nice to have, but do I really need that? Like, for me personally, I kind of use my phone for basic stuff, right? So like text messaging, browsing the interwebs, playing music. Occasionally I'll watch some videos, and occasionally I'll play some games, but they're not very demanding games, right? So like I'm big on chess. I'm big on chess is one of the things I'm pretty big on when I'm using my iPhone. And look at that, it's so shiny. and it feels very weighty in the hands. It doesn't feel that weighty, but it feels really solid. Is what I'm trying to say. It feels really solid in the hands. Let's go ahead and pull this tab. Let's take a look. Look at that. Wow. And Apple really makes the device really nice. So right there, we got the volume up and down button. We got the mute button on the side. We got two lenses for the iPhone 13. We got the wide and the ultra wide with cinematic mode in 1080p at 30 frames per second. We also have the Thunderbolt connector down below right there. They're still using their Thunderbolt, and as you can see, the camera kind of protrudes out a little bit. So I'm gonna definitely need to get a case for this phone. I like to set my phone backside down, and so that can cause some issues. I don't want my screen, my lenses to be scratched at all. We also have the iPhone notch. It's a lot smaller in comparison to the iPhone 13, iPhone 12. Right now the notch is a lot smaller. Let's go ahead and turn on this iPhone. So I'm gonna take you guys through the whole process of starting the iPhone and transferring if you're coming from an Android, transferring it to the iPhone, to iPhone. So let's go ahead and click on this. I'm English speaking. Let's go. We're in the United States. I'll click on that. And I'm gonna go ahead and set this up manually. Now we're at the data and privacy screen. So let's go ahead and set this up. And also, yeah, we have the Face ID. So this is something that's kind of new to me. The Samsung Galaxy S9 uses fingerprint, which I really like. I really like the fingerprint. But with the iPhone, using your Face ID. Now, for me, it could cause some issues because I'm wearing masks a lot of times, especially at works, and then especially with the COVID now, we're kind of on the go quite some time, and we always have to wear masks. So over here at my Samsung Galaxy S9, this is my old phone that I use. We're gonna go ahead and install the new Android in the Android App Store, the Move to iOS app. So this is kind of like a very useful tool, and it allows you to transfer your photos, videos, text messages. Pretty much transfers a lot of the information from your Android to your new iPhone. Once you download the Move to iOS, your iPhone is gonna give you a code, right? So here's the code that it's giving me, and I'm gonna go ahead and punch this in, and it's gonna recognize the device. And it looks like it's loading. It recognizes the device, and so we're gonna go ahead and transfer pretty much a lot of the things on my phone, right? So I'm gonna transfer my text messages, videos, photos, pretty much you name it. I'm just gonna transfer the whole thing to the device. So it's gonna take some time for it to kind of transfer all the information, but it's really nice to have coming, especially an Android user. We don't have iTunes or anything to make the transition from Android to iPhone much easier, because with the Apple product, you put a lot of your information on your computer with the iTunes, and then you can just sync it up, and it's a lot easier as opposed to with in comparison to Android. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some time. I'm gonna get all my photos, videos, everything that I want to transfer. I'm gonna send it to my iPhone, and it's gonna take some time. So right now it's transferring. So I'm just gonna fast forward this, and we're gonna go ahead and get to the. So as you can see, it's gonna take about 4 or 5 hours, maybe a bit longer than that, or we'll see. It tends to give us an estimate of how long it's going to take. Could be more, could be less, but it's going to take a bit. All right, so now that we're done, I'm going to go ahead and agree to this. And for those of you who don't know, I also bought an Apple Watch. I had a Samsung Galaxy S9 watch, or Samsung or Galaxy Active 2 watch, which I have with me, and that's what I was using before. So just stay tuned for an upcoming video on that. And all right, so I'm gonna set this up. We got the iCloud keychain. So here we got Siri. Uses Apple uses Siri. Samsung uses Bixby. Now I never really a big fan of Bixby, or never really even used it. So I don't know if I would be using Siri that often. But for the sake of this, I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. And who knows? It might be useful for me down the road. We'll see.
Hi, I'm Siri.
Siri, how's the weather?
You can change it later in settings.
Hi, I'm Siri.
Hi, I'm Siri.
So here I'm setting up my my Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, send a message. Hey Siri, how's the weather today? Hey Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes. Hey Siri, play some music. All right, welcome to my iPhone. Look at that. All right, so you got the new widgets now that I've been hearing about. You can set up your widgets on your home page. You can see a lot of information like the weather. You can see your calendar, which I find pretty useful. And now I'm gonna go ahead and install my SIM card onto my device. Right, so we got this little ejection SIM card ejector tool right here. Let's go ahead and set this up. Now the phone uses a micro SIM, I believe, which same thing as mine's, same thing that I was using for the Samsung Galaxy S9. Now, however, as you can see down below, my Samsung Galaxy S9 also has extra storage, right? So you have your storage card, and I think I had a pretty good amount. I think I had 64 gigabytes. So that's 64 gigabytes, or it can be as much as you want. Honestly, you can put as much storage as you want, and it's nice to have. So if you're kind of running low on storage, you can just pop in another tray, another card in there, and get extra storage, as opposed to iPhone, which if you buy a 128 gigabyte iPhone, that's what you're gonna get. So I didn't realize I was having some issues here because it wasn't recognizing the SIM. So what I later found out is that I needed to flip the card upside down for it to read the device, as opposed to my other phone. It's like you want the gold piece facing down, but for the iPhone you want it facing up. Like an unboxing of this device and how to set it up. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be putting out some upcoming videos of what I think about from switching from Samsung to the Galaxy S9, things I do miss, things I don't miss, and what's my overall opinions of the device. Thank you so much for watching, and catch me on the next video.